Hey folks, Tyler Wagster again with Topland Crop Insurance. It's been what most are calling a spring that farmers are going to reference for years to come. Farmers are trying to make important decisions for their intended corn acres with the lack of planting windows we've had this spring, and most haven't had any due to the wet ground. In most areas, we're going to need a full week of 80-degree weather, and then once farmers start planting, the rain needs to hold off to let farmers get those acres in. I recently made a video discussing prevented planting dates and deadlines that Indiana farmers need to know. Visit and like our Topland Crop Insurance Facebook page and check it out. I would like to elaborate on a topic I spoke about in that video, which is borrowing prevented planting eligible acres from other crops. Let's say you intended to plant 600 acres of corn this year. You were able to get 100 acres of corn planted and you qualified for 400 acres of corn prevented planting. What are your options with the other 100 acres that you were intending to plant in corn? Well, you can either plant to beans before July 15th, or you can borrow prevented planting acres from another crop on your policy. Insurance companies will then look at what similar crops are on your policy. Let's say that you've insured beans this year. Like corn, insurance companies will look at the highest amount of bean acres that you planted in the last 4 years. Let's say you planted 500 acres of beans in 2017. You can take 100 acres of your bean prevented planting eligible acres. Here's a question. Would you be able to get the same payment for the 100 acres of beans as you did for the 400 acres of corn? Well, it would depend on which prevented planting payment is lower. Okay. The insurance companies will look at your prevented planting payment on $4 corn and also your prevented planting payment on $9.54 beans for those 100 acres. Whichever payment is less, that's what you can expect to get. Now, let's say on your policy that you insure 3 crops, maybe corn, soybeans, and popcorn. Your 100 acres would be paid out on the commodity that would pay out the least on prevented planting. Also remember that soybean prevented planting pays 60% of your guarantee per section versus 55% on corn. This also depends on which insurance plans you have on what crops on your policy. Regardless of where the eligible acres come from, still certify these acres at County FSA as prevented planting corn. That's important. Something else to be mindful of. If you would take prevented planting, you must let that ground idle. You are unable to plant and harvest anything that you can make a profit from. You are able to work the ground and you are able to plant an approved cover crop. Cover crop can never be harvested and the insured would have to wait until November 1st, 2019 or after to hay or graze it. I've also been asked about wheat. Can a person plant wheat in prevented planting ground this fall? The answer is yes, because wheat planted in the fall of 2019 would be a 2020 crop and it's harvested after November 1st, 2019. I hope this video has helped. We are licensed in Indiana, Kentucky, Illinois, and Ohio. The dates and deadlines that I've been referencing are for Indiana specifically. However, feel free to text me at 812-767-6191 or send me a message through Facebook. Like my last video, it had reached several states that we are not licensed in. Still send me those questions, and I will have someone who is licensed in those states to reach out to you. Once again, I am Tyler Wagster with Topland Crop Insurance. Topland is an equal opportunity provider. And, make sure to like our Facebook page, Topland Crop Insurance, to stay connected. Stay safe out there.